Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 125th episode of the HSBG podcast. I know, 125. That's crazy. Welcome back. Here I'm with my constant co-host, Shadybunny. He's a little sick right now, but Shady, how you doing?
Overall, I'm really well. But yeah, pardon the voice, guys. I'll try to mute coughs, but probably one or two will slip through.
They want to
Thank you.
listen to the cops. You know how it is.
Oh yeah, that's part of the experience, really. You shouldn't deny it.
But yeah, we do have a huge update. They've made a big announcement. Buddies are returning to Battlegrounds, including Battlegrounds Duo, which I really do wonder what that's going to be like. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a pretty big shakeup because this is probably the first time it's buddies and spells together. I don't think they're doing anything about spells, so.
I think so, yeah. We've had quests
Okay.
and spells for sure, and I
Right.
think this will be buddies and spells first time. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be pretty interesting as well. So, yeah, there's a lot to talk about. They've pretty much announced all of the new buddy changes. So, it's just a long list of stuff. And they also have new minions leaving the game. So, there's just a lot to talk about in this particular one. So,
There's gonna be so much stuff that will just be a shit show in duos. Where
you don't know that. You don't know that.
I know that. I will put very good money on that. Where it will absolutely be a shit show because I can just imagine being the balance team or developers, right, and just being like, so do we just throw it out there and see what happens, and a week later just like nerf shit? Yeah, let's. I'm not gonna. We can't possibly predict all this shit.
That is their standard strategy.
There is absolutely going to be some stuff for like, well, these guys should never be together because that's fucking broken, right? So, yeah, there's absolutely some duos combos that should break the game.
It's already like that, so right.
But I mean, there's like buddies, right? Just like combining a buddy or giving a certain buddy to a certain hero, right? There's probably going to be something where it's just like that's just. Something like a good battle cry buddy to Shutterwalk, for instance, like something like that's gotta exist where that's just gonna be done.
Yeah, it's gonna be time to find these combos and don't reveal them to the audience until
go hard for a week, baby. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So first up, we are going to touch on all the buddies that they have made for heroes that have been made since the last buddy meta. The last buddy meta, every single hero had a buddy, but a lot of heroes have been released since then. And these heroes temporarily had friend of a friend as their buddy. But now they're going to have a proper buddy, so there will be lots to talk about. So the first one... So I guess before we...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go ahead. I was going to say... Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just you say what you were gonna say because we're gonna do this 3 more times and be like,
anyways, I did want to mention like how the buddy system works, right? Like you have an initial cost based on the tavern tier, and then it goes down by 3 gold every time you win or tie, or 2 gold if you lose. So it's not. It used to be where you had to like fill up a gauge, and that was like very toxic because it didn't fill up due to if you hit divine shield minions. Now it's just like if you win or tie, you're always gonna gain some reduction, so it's a little bit easier, it's a little bit more streamlined and less frustrating overall. So I think this is a better system. They're keeping it for this time around.
Let me see. I got a screenshot here. All right, it's on my stream. So this is the schedule for the buddy cost. A tavern tier 1 buddy is gonna cost 11. And then it's going to go up by 2 every time. So tier 2, 13, tier 3, 15, 17, 19, 21. And then it's going to cost an additional 2 when it comes the second time around. So essentially, to rush your second buddy, it's very, very expensive. Because what you can do is you can keep your initial buddy around and then triple it by clicking the button again. So in order to make that... essentially to not be able to just abuse that, I have to make that quite expensive. Right? And also because sometimes you just get a really, really good buddy where you don't really care about tripling it. You just want more battle cry effects or some of those.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, Collins, probably the strat is you just
Say this
talk
stuff.
about
I
the
got
cards.
you.
Yeah, say the stuff, and then I'll give my take. So
Yeah.
make sure for the listeners, right? We talk about the name of the cards, right?
The stats and everything. Yeah. All
Tavern
right.
tier. That'd be great.
Let's go to the 12 new buddies. So we have Captain Algar, Shining Sailors, the buddies, a tier 5 pirate, 3/6 after you buy a pirate, gain 1/1 and add a pirate to the tavern. So you're going to be able to add pirates to your tavern. For Captain Algar, that's pretty good since buying pirates are one cheaper than normal, and there's some good pirates that can give you money. So this seems like a pretty good buddy for just forcing pirates, because that is generally what you like to do with Hagar. So tier 5 is pretty expensive, but once you get it rolling, it probably just feeds on itself.
Yeah, my initial impression here is that this is probably a little bit too tame for how wild buddy meta's gonna get.
That could be
So
very well
for
true. Yeah.
tier 5, and then I pop off a little bit where I'm not even infinite, right? I'm just gonna, well, yeah, it's even the golden version is not 2 pirates or anything, right? So it's just gonna be 2/2. So
Yeah, I just think like if you can like force the money pirate and the buff the health pirate, you might be able to like just get a lot of resources, like, you know, just like scale pretty fast. So it's true, you know, but maybe if you're on tier 6 and you're getting like Tethys as well, like then you're really going.
sure. I
But
guess
yeah,
what I'm
I
saying is
can see what
that
you're saying. Like you might be dying before you get this really opportunity
and
to
I think
abuse
even
this.
if it's online, I don't think it's that crazy because
Mm,
we've seen what people are doing with like Wraith and Rock and stuff right now.
right,
Like you can pop off super easy. So I think stuff that makes that more accessible is going to be far more powerful.
right. I
So
see
I
what you're
think for
saying.
buddy meta, I'm always looking for really just wild ramping money, just economy, or just like obscene power early, so you can power level something like that. I'm usually not looking at, oh, here. I think this is like, this probably gets better the lower MMR you go because it's very
Yeah,
good
of
direction. It'll
course.
scale, right? It'll just, but I think, yeah. So my instinct is not great, but you know, might be wrong about it.
I can see where you're coming from because it doesn't win you the game, and that's usually a problem when it comes to buddy
Yeah,
meta.
for buddy meta is pretty wild.
Yeah. So I can, and it's tier 5, so it's a little bit slower than normal as well. So it has things rooting against it. And I also don't like Captain Hagar anyways. You know what I mean? I'm not like, oh, Captain Hagar, I'm doing great, right? It's not a hero where I'm just like, my mind pipes up. So I don't think I'm going to be like testing this hero because of this. I have to kind of lose to this and be like, oh yeah, well, it is broken shitty, like, you know, that kind of thing.
It's actually good.
before I'm really on board. So I'm with you. Next up, we have Ingi, the Iron Hymn. So Solemn Serenade, no Serenader. Okay, tier 3, so pretty cheap, undead. After you use your hero power on a minion, it gains half this minion's attack, and it swaps to health next turn. So what you can do is just use your hero power on this minion in the early game, and then once it's big enough, and it's an undead, so it can gain attack just generically, you can start kind of like Vooning or Volgening just your attack on other minions. So that can be pretty interesting. Once again, it doesn't win you the game, but it seems pretty good tempo, right? Because it also does health. So if you give this a lot of health, it's just like, here, have 30 health on something, have 40 health, 40 attack.
Yeah, it'll be the question, like, how easy is it to buff this guy?
There's always a way. If you can make
There's
this a
always a way,
2020,
right?
you could just make this a 2020 immediately and then start
Right,
going.
but then it's like
Late game.
that's some, like
Yeah,
you'd have to go
that's late
six,
game.
and, like,
Yeah,
you
I
don't
see
give a
what you're
shit
saying.
anymore. And then,
Yeah, it doesn't win you the game once again, but it might be
yeah,
good tempo. You know?
intuition is it's not great, but it's one of those things where whenever you have a mechanic like this, you pretty much always have to throw in the caveat. Well, if people figure out how to do it, it'll be great. Right? If there's somehow where you can cheat tons of stats on this super easily.
Maybe
So I
like
guess
Ellie's are in or something, or
yeah,
Shelly Mento Nagas are in,
I,
right?
I
With
think
Shelly.
Hooktail is out, so you won't be able to pump it with Hooktail. Um, yeah, it's one of those cards that I'd have to really feel.
This
I'd have to
this
see somebody use it.
To me, this seems like a specific minion types are in. Okay, like I'll play this. That's what it reads to me. So
I think this will be a strat, right? If people figure out the strat, you can just be like, oh, it's this lobby, I can take it.
And you can buff anything. Every time there's a minion that can buff anything, I'm always like, there's some broken here. Like,
you can easily buff Cleave, buff Brand, buff Titus. So that's good. Okay.
Next up, we have Rockmaster Voon. Akali. Oh, Akali. Hey, Akali. Rock Rhino. That's not what I think about when I think of Akali. It's a tier. It's a tier 4 beast. So 5/5 stat line. At the end of every 2 turns, you gain a plain copy of the leftmost card in your hand. So basically, it's the same as Voon. So you get another Voon proc. So if you time this right, you can pretty much guarantee Goldens every 2 turns, right? Because you'll just get 2 copies of the leftmost.
Yeah, it says at the end of every 2 turns. So
isn't that Voon as well?
Yeah. It's just, does that sync up with Voons, or does that start counting from when you play?
I assume it counts from when you play. That's what I'm saying. If you time it right, right. But to be fair, the golden one is also every turn.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, thinking about the card that triggers at the end of every turn, you can double that up, right? So you can get 2 copies. So you can get a golden every turn of anything you want, if you want to do that. So there's definitely some synergies with this if you have the right setup.
Right. Voon is every 3, right? So okay. Yeah, I mean, to me, this is just like, oh, Golden Brand, nice.
Yeah, which is pretty good. That wins you the game.
Yeah, this seems like something you could abuse to push. So this will be a little bit. How is buddy meta? How fast is it? Does this hit early enough for you to just pop off, or do you just die?
Right.
So that'll be the question.
I think in duos you have time.
Right. Yeah, and then you can. I think honestly, like the most likely thing is Golden Brand.
Right. Yeah.
That you've been hunting for, because like Golden Brand is just so consistently in almost every meta something that wins you the game, because it'll inevitably give you more money, more options, longer turns. You know. You get to roll more, you get to find the perfect cards, and you pop off.
Yeah.
So yeah, not to mention buddy meta has some interesting battle cry effects. So Brand's pretty good with that. Okay, cool. Looks good intuitively.
All right, next up we have Thorum's Buddy Stormlord. It's a tier 3, so pretty early dragon. 6/3. At the end of your turn, transform the minion to the left of this into one from a tier higher up to tier 7. So this is definitely a unique take on the buddy here, where you're able to transform the minion into a tier higher, up to tier 7. So you can just force tier 7 minions. The real question is how good is that? Are there tier 7 minions where you're just oh man, if I hit this randomly I win? There's some, but a lot of them have battle cries too. So it's a little bit awkward, and it's also at the end of your turn. It's not even at the start of your turn, so you can oh, I got this. Let me play my turn differently because of it. It's oh, I got this randomly at the end of the turn. I hope it doesn't.
This one you really have to just do the math, and when would you get it? When would you get your first 7? Right, so it'll cost 15 gold for a tier 3 buddy on turn 1. So turn 2, 13, turn 3. Sorry, if you win, it'll be 3 gold reduction, right? So let's assume you win, right? So you go from 15 to 12. Then turn 3, you're on 9. So probably turn 4.
Turn 4, right? Yeah.
You just slime it for 6. So that'll be a 2-drop. So then turn 4, you'll upgrade a 2-drop
to a 3.
Yeah, that's so.
So turn 8, you get a 6. Turn 9, you get a. That's slow as hell.
It's one of those effects where if you could somehow cheat this out early and get a 7 to.
Hello.
Louise enters the podcast. All right, let me mute for a second.
All right.
My instinct is it's not great.
Yeah, and I think that makes sense when you think about in a regular game how slow it is, and it doesn't. It's also random. Like it's not like you discover a minion to transform or anything like that. It's just like here's a random one. So a lot of times those effects usually just don't have the consistency to make it there. And when I think about the tier 7 minions, I'm not like that impressed. It's not like every single one does a lot for me, especially when you're including like the battle cries don't trigger. A lot of times it's like, oh, maybe that was the whole effect, right? Like Sanders is the battle cry, the whole effect. Yeah, you can do stuff with Murlocs, but it's not that consistent. So it just seems like something that's a little bit too slow in a lot of games, and you're already out with a slow hero. Thorum doesn't trigger until you spend a ton of gold, so you're just adding two like semi-slow abilities together, and it's not consistent. So just not something I'm jumping out for. Next up, we have Snake Eyes. So Boxcars, tier 4 mech. It's a 6/6. At the start of your turn, you roll a 6-sided die, and you discover a tavern spell of that tier. So pretty much every turn you get a tavern spell. This could generally be pretty good because, I mean, if you get it early, it's like you have what's that minion? That tier 6 Naga. You know what I'm talking about? That one that does that one thing that lets you discover a tavern spell. It's pretty much that. Every turn. So some of the 1-cost tavern spells are pretty good. They give you money. They give you a minion. The 2 spells are pretty good. Like there's good tavern spells in every tier. So it's not like you roll a 1 and you're like crying. Like you're a little bit sadder than normal, but it's not like there isn't like, oh, get a gold or get a minion of the tavern shop, right? Which is useful in a lot of cases. So it just seems like, yeah, if you get this to trigger, it's pretty solid. Silivas is the hero. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. You get a Silivas, tier 4 buddy Silivas. Like, seems pretty good. And the golden one gets you too, so you can keep this for a while. It's a mech. You can get Divine Shield on it. You can scale it. Like mechs are one of the better buddies because you can easily give it Divine Shield, so it can actually get some stats. So. And Snake Eyes can get gold easy, right? So you can get this early. If you have the dice rolling in your favor, you can get this pretty early, and then bam, free tavern spells, and you can get a tier 6 tavern spell while on tier 4. That can be pretty crazy depending on some of them. Tier 5 can give you gain a gold to put a golden minion in your shop. Right, that's pretty game changing. So there's just a lot of value there. So I'm pretty high on this one. And then Shady, Shady's like, oh, I agree. That was a great analysis, Collins. The Snake Eyes buddy, pretty good. Oh, he's coming back. We're talking about the Snake Eyes buddy. What's your thoughts on it?
That's great. Let me Hey guys, I'm back. Starting your turn, roll that. Discover Again, it depends when you get it. So
you're Snake Eyes.
Right, you are Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, there's some cool shit here, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see. So would you ever hold your die roll then? It's probably always your second die roll, right?
Probably, yeah.
So let's assume wins again. So 17 gold, 14, 11, 8. So depending on what you roll, actually rolling a 6 is kind of bad.
Yeah. But let's say you roll something normal, 3 turns.
Let's
right?
say you can do it on that. Yeah, you could get it on the turn 4.
Yeah, wouldn't that be that's pretty sick?
Yeah,
you basically get Silivas.
Boxcars. And then because you just you can hit. I think anything that's 4, right? So 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I think 5 is the best actually.
5 is nutty. 6 is also nice,
yeah,
right?
6 is good
2020,
too. Yeah.
2020 a cleave or something.
That's not fair. Yeah.
There's not that many 6s, so chance to get 2020 is not super low. Okay, so I think on first glance this doesn't look great, but then indeed you're Snake Eyes, so you can cheat this out.
That's all I needed to say to Shady.
Yeah, it's like, remember, you're Snake Eyes. I'm Snake Eyes. I am Snake Eyes. Ooh, I'm Snake Eyes. So yeah, I think you wouldn't burn your second roll until you could get it.
Yeah.
But the frustrating thing will be you roll it, and then on the turn you need to pop off. It's a 1. You're like, oh.
That won't happen.
But you would just double sell, I think. Yeah. Assuming that it costs 8 gold on turn 4, you'd probably just double sell if you roll a 1. Be like, fuck it.
Yeah. I think it's worth it to get it a turn earlier.
All right. Yeah. Economy stuff is pretty much always amazing. So this is probably the better one, I think, out of what we've seen so far.
Yeah, okay, good. That was my conclusion. I like this one.
Okay. Nice. Okay, cool.
All right. Next up we have Dr. Holiday, the 9 frogs. It's 9 frogs, guys. Tier 5 beast. It's a 9/9. After you buy a minion, you get a random tavern spell of the same tier. 9 left. What does that mean? What does 9 left mean?
It means it has 9 charges.
Oh.
So you can do this 9 times and then it's out.
Oh, okay. It's still busted. Like,
yeah.
That's not.
I will say this artwork is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like the 9 frogs jammed in the staff is so good.
Yeah. The 9 left is not a balanced lever that matters. Like you buy like they changed the pirate, right, the 3/5 pirate to trigger after you buy 3. And it's a lot better. I see what you're saying, like, oh yeah, when it was broken, I can see that now. There's been some games where people just have so much value, and I'm like, why is it? And it's always that one.
That and Moon Eater is so good together.
Yeah.
Because you just go like buff, 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 buff.
So this triggering 9 times, it's like getting 9 tavern spells. Come on, like that's gonna be broken. So
one thing that you do have to say is that it is from minions from the tavern tier, so
sure.
It won't trigger on like buying cheap spells, right? Like
sure.
here with Seafair, it won't trigger here or there. But yeah,
I'm buying 5 drops. Okay.
I would say anything that's front loaded is great in this game. Anything where you kind of get the value up front and then it sucks later is fine, because when do you need value? Early.
Yeah.
To get your engine rolling. Once your engine is rolling, you have money. You don't care anymore, right? So something that is equally distributed throughout the whole game is much worse than something that you can just like front load like crazy. And this is front loading. So yeah, this looks great.
Yeah.
This is a lot of money.
This is gonna soon become the 7 frogs. They're gonna have to change the artwork.
Tier 6 frogs. Yeah. Well, I mean, 19 gold again, right? So
yeah, sure.
It does take a while. So you wouldn't get this until, and the thing is, like, you wouldn't really Giga Rush this because it doesn't do anything until you can buy
until you can buy
so
something. Yeah.
Preferably you do this and buy a card in the same turn. So this is more gonna be like I don't know, turn 6, turn 7 kind of deal, right? So you'd have to really defend your life total properly until then. Does it reset if you triple? Yeah,
it should.
But, I mean,
it should.
Even if it doesn't, then you'll just have 2 of these, right? And just play 2.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
right?
It's gonna reset. There's no way.
You always get the same value because you'll either get 9 spells, and then the 18, right, from the golden, or you'll get 9 and then the 18 from the 2 other ones.
Yeah.
So you'll always get 9 and 18.
Yeah, you always get it. Yeah.
So it's always the same value. It's just easier. Let's say you started buffing it, right? If it wouldn't reset, you'd have to sell it. So that would be the one downside. But I'm pretty sure it resets.
People would complain if it didn't reset. So it's going to reset.
Yeah, exactly. This quality of life stuff, they're usually pretty good with.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, front loaded value. You do love that.
Next up, we have Tetalon, Bloodwatch. I think that's the name. Reliquary Attendant. It's a tier 4 elemental, 7/4 stat line, once per turn. After you cast a tavern spell, you get a new copy of it. So it's like once per turn of that quest reward. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not even the quest. It's like the duo's minion as well, right? The copy the tavern spell.
Oh yeah. But that one you have to pass. I guess casting is the same. Yeah.
Yeah. The other one is buying, right? Buy, get 2. the quest word you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, the viewers know what we're talking about. I hope it's the one that they did in the elemental build where you just like buy. Basically, it's a trigger battle cry spell. You just get a lot of those. Discover battle cry, trigger battle cry. Let's see. What do you think about this?
I'm not that sold personally. Get 2 tavern spells a turn.
It's a little slow.
Based on what like the other guy's giving you 9 tavern spells, and I'm looking at this, I'm like, this is a 9 tavern. I mean, it's 9 tavern spells over 9 turns. Like, all right, I mean, sure.
Yeah. Now the thing with this is
you get control.
You can just be like golden touch, golden touch, golden touch, golden touch, right?
Yeah.
So that is sort of the dream scenario for this.
Yeah, and you can just hold one to like always have it if you want.
Yeah.
Maybe there's probably some combo that's really good, especially with Enduros. Like there's probably a combo. So, but I'm not sold, and then I have to play this hero, which I don't want to do. So I'm not sold.
The idea, I don't think it's good enough. We'll see. This is one of those where if people figure it out.
What's up? Sorry, someone said something.
That's fine.
Yeah, I shouldn't do that. I'm ignoring you guys now. Sorry.
All right. Okay.
Next up, we have Nameless One. So, Faceless One is the buddy of Nameless One. Tier 4, 1/1, Battle Cry. You get the buddy of your teammate's hero power. So, if you're playing Reno, this is annoying. Right? If you get a Reno with this, you can immediately golden the buddy. And that can be pretty annoying. So with Reno, this seems really good. Because that means
what do you mean?
It's a battle cry, get the buddy of your teammate's hero power. Let's say you're playing. I mean, Reno's
duos.
No, Reno is Brand. I mean Brand. If you're playing Brand, this is pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Reno is Brand. That's kind of hard to say though. Bro.
They're the same. They're the same like effect.
Corporate wants you. Yeah. Okay. Sure. I mean, I'm good at speaking Collins, right? But that was out of my league.
Yeah, Brand with Brand, it's really good. Yeah, I hear you.
Get the buddy of your teammate's hero power. You would just get the egg, though, right?
You just pass it to the other guy.
So you just go infinite.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You steal. Wait, this seems broken, right? Because you can always just pass.
How is this?
Isn't this gone? Yeah. Can't you always just pass this to your teammate
and buddies unpassable? Because I don't see how you could.
Yeah, because can't you just pass this to your teammate and then they played, you get this again, you played, you get this again, you played, you get this again, and you're just like infinite.
Well, the thing is, it costs a gold to pass, so you're not quite infinite, right?
No. But your teammate has this, so they're getting this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you don't have to pass it. You just play it, you get this. You play it, you get this again. Right? And you just have a goal. It's just infinite.
Get the buddies. Right. You play it one time and you're infinite.
Yeah. So this is gone. They didn't test this. Unless you can't pass this.
Let's double check, right? So the battle cry says, get the buddy of your teammate's hero power. But Faceless One gets the hero power from the buddy, though, right? So you wouldn't get Faceless One. So like when Faceless One starts, let's say
so they're locking that your teammate is your teammate and not you.
Yeah. So when you play Faceless One, you don't get a Faceless One, right? You get the buddy from your friend. But Zephyrus could pull this and go infinite, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Shutterwalk can keep procking this, which is already really dumb. So see, this is what I mean, right? Like if the moment you have a good battle cry buddy, Shutter's broken.
This will cause problems. Okay, I think that's safe to say.
there will be balance. Can't combo with Shutter, can't combo with Zephyrus, because that's stupid.
Yeah, this one will cause problems. Just looking at it, it screams. You remember how they had to change some buddies to be like, sell this to discover a copy instead of
exactly.
I could see that happening here.
Battle cries.
Yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
I have my eyes on this one. You know, we'll see how long it lives. Cho, half is the Magus, tier 4, 5/5. At the start of your turn, discover a minion of your tier, 50% chance to pass it. And then Gall, which is the synergistic one, is half is the Wise. 5/5 at the start of your turn, discover a tavern spell of your tier, 50% chance to pass it. So every turn you guys are going to be discovering minions and tavern spells, but there's half of the time you'll pass it to your teammate. Which, you know, doesn't matter. Like, you can spend a gold if it's really important. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been playing a lot more duos, so you can give me your take on this.
So, this might be good depending on the minion types that are in. There are some minion types where it's like, yeah, I want to discover a minion every turn of my tier, you know, like tavern spells, I guess, like you probably want to ramp to 5 or 6, but there's definitely like being able to discover a minion in your tier, like that might be worth in some lobbies, like just, you know, early 2s, early 3s, you know,
Right.
stuff like
I guess
that.
ramping the Gall to 5 would be a pretty consistent strategy.
That's what it like. The Cho stays low, the Gall goes high. You know, stuff like that.
Cho stays on 3 for Azerites. And then
quiet. Don't reveal my strategies.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh man, I could have never figured that out. Yeah. Okay. Shut up.
Shut up. I don't want them to know. Why are you telling them all our secrets? Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I think when you look at this, it doesn't look great, but then you start thinking about it. It's very like, what's the specific applications? And you're like, oh, you know, it's duos, obviously, right? So you can funnel resources into one player, and then, as you mentioned, discovering the high tier tavern spells as the beanstalk, the golden touch and stuff, right? So really, really powerful to be on 5 with this.
Yeah, definitely some interesting ability there. All right, next up.
Yeah, it looks one of those things where you just gonna have to, you know, see if you basically can you ramp the Gall to 5 consistently and not die, I guess would be the thing there.
Yeah. Next up, we have Madame Goya, which is really good in duos. Mr. Chu, tier 4, 5/6. Once per turn, after you pass a minion, you get a plain copy of it. That's pretty good, honestly, because that just means you get 2 copies of a minion. So if you have 1 copy of anything, you have a golden minion. That's already like pretty solid, and it only costs 2 to pass, so it's not like you're losing money or anything like that. So seems okay to me.
Sorry.
And you can honestly just force a triple. It's not even that hard because you pass one thing and then you hold it in your hand and you pass the next thing, you have a triple. So yeah, I think this is probably pretty strong.
Right, when you pass. Oh, right. So it works off the hero power, but
yeah,
you can indeed
you could just pass it next turn as well. And
pass back. Oh wow, yeah, that seems highly abusable for, again, right, Azerites.
Yeah. This seems good.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Good card.
Next up, we have Floop. That flippy floop. Glorious Gloopling, tier 5. Okay. It's a 5/1. At the start of your turn, you get a plain copy of your teammate's highest tier minion, except buddies. So you gain a plain copy of their 6-drop. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I guess you just give it back to your teammate. Here you go. Have another copy of it.
Great, man.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, you're gonna get a copy of it. Oh, dude. So my buddy teammate, he was just like, I was playing Glue, and he was like, he's going Galakron because of the synergy makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm forcing Goldrin, and he's like, we're just gonna be both playing Goldrin Reborn. I'm just like, oh, okay. And that was our comp. I just get a Golden Reborn every game, every turn. It's just like, yeah, that's pretty good. Kind of dope.
Good.
Yeah, it is good. Yeah, it was a good strategy. So
this, I think, it being tier 5
makes it hard. Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be a specific strat behind it, right? Where you
Golden
carry
goals are in
the
yes, I hear you.
Yeah, not necessarily that, but like you'd have to really pop off, I guess, where it'd have to be worth it. It's kind of hard to describe, but
I don't like that it's oh, I guess you target this minion with your hero power. Okay. Because I don't like it's a 5/1, but I guess you're just targeting this with its hero
just
power.
gonna hero power that.
Yeah. Then I guess
so
it's fine then. Because you can always you have like a dead spot, and this can just be your use case. You just give your opponent triples over time, so maybe it is fine. But you do have to play Floop though. Like sometimes when you're playing it, like I don't want to do this. I don't want to like build around my teammates' card. But here, you're kind of like locked into that game plan since you want to have this on your board. This gets abusable if it's like rock and you're just like every turn you're giving them 2 rocks. Like here's 2 rocks.
This is where the tempo of duos is really important. I don't know if it's fast enough, essentially.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But the thing about duos is like if you know that's gonna happen, you can always pick like high armor heroes, and that will give you like always like a guaranteed extra turn or 2.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
that's cool.
So
yep, definitely can funnel a bunch of high tier 6 drop or high value 6 drops, and then
like everyone gets 2 Tethys. I'm like, okay,
everybody different. Money doesn't matter.
Money doesn't matter. Yeah. So those are all the new buddies. The ones that jump out to me is Goya and the 7 frogs. Those are the ones that I'm just like, yeah.
I like that. Yeah. I'm still gonna call it 9 frogs. the artwork is so good. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to that. I hope the sound is great when you play it. Yeah. That's the stuff. I
don't have sound on, so
I know you savage. I've already said that. I illogically care about those things. Where very very often I look at a cosmetic and oh, that's so good. And like same thing here. Okay, yeah, I think it's similar. I think we have snake eyes that can pop off.
Yeah, that's also true. That's a good point. That's number 3 as well. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then we have some updated buddies as well, where they changed some effects.
I don't know what they're updating. Like, I don't know what the old ones are. Like, they don't tell you. Yeah. Which is a little bit weird.
I think what this one did was so. I'll start with the first one, I guess. Overlord Sarfang, Draenage, Sarfang,
tier 4
gave. Yeah, so it was a it's still a tier 4 buddy. Might have been tier 5 before.
Who knows? It doesn't matter.
Yeah. The essentially what it would do is it would double the effect of your hero power. And
okay.
I think the other one would triple it, but chat can fact check me on that one. I think that's what it did before, because I haven't looked this one up either. But now it got changed into after you buy a minion, gain its stats.
That seems very strong to me. No?
There are absolutely situations where you can, buy fungus and shit, right? And this.
Yeah. And then I buy fungus and then I make this like at 800 and I eat it to another lane. I eat it.
Well, the issue is that this is all great, but are you going to get there, right? Because you are playing Sourfang.
Sourfang though is pretty good. Like my opinion of this card or this hero has risen a lot after.
On ladder, it's not, honestly.
No, I'm talking about ladder. Yeah, I'm not talking about duels.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Sure. Yeah. I think I look at things through the lens of solo queue right now. So
I'm also looking at solo queue. Yeah, is what I'm saying. Right. But like I think if mechs are in, like this is okay. Like you can just.
Yeah, my one problem is if you then play this with mech, you won't be at the high tiers or play a comp that makes huge minions in the shop. So like your turns are, I just roll for Menace and Deflecto and I built that board. And you will never really pop off at this thing.
Alright, Ellie Demon in also you can just auto farm.
Yeah, of course. But then you die, I think, before you pop off. Because other
No,
people,
but the
like,
mechs keep you alive, and then you pop off.
yeah, but you play this game too. You're not gonna like build this huge mech comp to keep you alive, and then also on the side, this is my shop buffing side of the board. This is my deflecto side of that doesn't happen. Right?
I've done it. I've done it, sir. But I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. That it's not standard, and a lot for other people they'll die. You know, I hear what you're saying. So maybe that's the issue. I guess in duos you can force it because you can have your teammates save you.
CD throws out a good point. For duos, you just play this with Jandis.
Yeah, sure. Duos has so much BS.
It'll be so broken. So this will be banned with Jandis because you'll just pop it in the shop. No, like you just pass this to Jandis, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Jandis builds it up by swapping her biggest minion, right?
Yeah.
So then this guy is massive, and then the Starfang just rushes the next tier buddy.
Yeah, and then gives them two.
Then you pass just one more.
Golden it. Yeah, of course. And then you double your stats every turn.
The other, just like plus
yeah.
500, plus 1,000, plus 2,000, plus 4,000, plus 8,000.
Shelly all over again.
It's instantly banned with Jandis because it's like insta win. So it won't. It might be in with. So that's on the house, chat. It might be. If it's not banned with Jandis, then you immediately have the win, right? Because you just pass this immediately to Jandis. Jandis immediately loves this minion because you can always swap your biggest minion in to buff it. And then once the Sarfang gets to have the second set of buddies, you go to the moon. Yeah.
Feels bad, man.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's insta banned. Who knows? Maybe they listen to the podcast. Okay,
Copium.
Let's go next.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have Ragnaros, the Fire Lord, Lucifron, tier 5. I remember this. 6/5. Your end of turn effects trigger an extra time. So, I believe it was like triggered twice into trigger 3 times. Right. That was the change. Yep. So now it's just an extra time. But you have to play Ragnaros, so probably not for me. So. Yeah.
Yeah. The last buddy edition was actually really funny, where this was this will tell you how much the game has power crept since then. This was actually a build with Tavern Tipper, where you just go like Tavern Tipper, and then
I could see it.
Stay on one. You just hunt Tavern Tippers, and then you just get a golden Lucifron, and then your Tavern Tippers proc 3 times. Like it was basically just like a top 2 build, but
it makes sense because it means you're not taking damage early. So.
Yeah, very, very safe. Yeah. Now, of course, Tavern Tipper isn't in, and there's
slow down. Have you seen the returning minions?
I've skimmed. I don't know. I'll check later.
All right. Next up, we have Arana, Starseeker, Demon Hunter, tier 3. Yeah, whatever. It's a 4/4. After you buy a card, your next refresh costs 0. Could be spells, so maybe. I don't even remember what Arana does. What does this hero do?
So she used to play Party Rock.
Yeah, I remember that.
So she basically fills the shop once she transforms. You gotta.
I haven't seen this hero. Is she in the game? Like, do you know for a fact that she's in the game?
Might not have been in the game because I don't think I've been offered an Arana.
That's my point. I don't think I've played a lot, and I don't think I've seen this hero at all.
I don't think I've been offered an Arana. You're right. It's probably not in. Yeah. So what was the requirement again?
It was like roll 9 times or 7 times.
Right. Roll X amount of times. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe in elementals.
Arana has been changed. Yeah. Okay. It's that the first minion you buy each turn costs 0. Okay, see, that's how little Arana we've played.
Yeah, that was my point. Like, I haven't seen this hero at all.
Yeah. Okay. Her and Ajara are temporarily disabled. Yeah, Ajara too. I've not seen an Ajara. Okay, cool.
Is temporary like 10 years or what is temporary?
I guess there's something they changed in the game, and the heroes that transform are breaking the game, right? Because both Arana and Ajara, they have a requirement. And
I haven't seen her in years either. Yeah,
years.
Literally though.
Yeah, that's true for you.
I'm not lying.
All right, but what do you think of the buddy?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's okay. I'm not sold. I'm not as like wow. He's after you buy a card, you gain a gold, right? That's what it says. So
It's Wraith for everything. Does that help? Everything's an Ellie.
that's. I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Gambler.
Yeah,
Tad.
yeah. But then you have to run it. You have to run an 8/8.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll help you. Last time this was it was broken.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Because you
aware.
would just well, the problem is it sucks until you're XQN. And when you're XQN, you always win the game because you're like, oh, infinite money. Whee! Right. So this thing scales insanely well with skill because it's so useless if you're just like average. And then the better you get, the more you can abuse this. So but it definitely felt in the previous buddy meta, this absolutely is such a scary hero to pick. Because it's like, I got nothing, I'm weak, this thing doesn't immediately power spike me, okay, I'm dead. So you really had to like, okay, stabilize, hold it steady, and infinite. Okay, go.
It
Right,
probably
so
to me it seems like it depends on what minion types are in. You know, Ellie Pirate,
yeah,
sure.
hugely
Yeah,
sorry, of course.
yeah. So I'm picking this every time. Like, sure.
No. Ellie Pirate. Right?
Okay, then sure.
Murloc as well, right? So
Okay,
Cat, Ellie, Gambler, those are huge.
yeah, I could see Murlocs too. Nagas I can also see actually. So
Yeah, now with Shell and all that.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So but yeah, depending on the minion types, I think. But yeah, that's fair. Like, yeah, it's expensive, but it's fair. It's fair. Pirates in seems pretty solid.
yeah. So one cost spells, coin
Free
is
rolls, yeah.
literally
That's
plus
true.
one.
Every one cost spell's free. That's kind of selling me already. Like,
if you were going to buy only the spell, right?
yeah,
The problem with this
sure.
is once you that's sort of the heartbreak when you play this build with
You need
Arana.
money, huh?
It's one buy per shop.
Yeah.
Right? You can buy two, but you burn a roll.
Yeah.
So if you have enough money, sure, then you can buy two, right? But usually you would just buy one per shop and then roll.
Right, but still, like if you roll into if you don't like the shop and the spell is 1 or 0, you're like, okay,
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah,
Like,
that's kind of nice. That's kind of selling me. I do love
then
the
then you have to think, do you combine this with something like Seafarer? And it's like, oh, now I get to buy shit for free and I get spells for every third card I buy.
Seafarer's already like BS.
Yeah,
so,
but then you add this, right? So basically, Wraith, but for everything, is going to be broken in the right lobbies.
Yeah.
In the hands of a really strong player, right?
Even if you're not as strong, you can do it. I believe in everyone.
You almost, especially once this shit is golden, you never, God, it's
you never spend money on rolls.
Because now basically what you have to do is once every 2 shops you buy a card. And then you just optimize to get your golden.
That's not going to be happening. Don't listen to this. You're going to buy random stuff that you want. You don't force yourself to like, oh, I've spent my bro this shop already. I can't do it. Like, you just buy the thing you want.
Yeah, but then you might run out of money. That's what I'm saying.
Who cares? Get the thing you want. Don't care about the money.
That's why I say it scales insanely well with skill.
Yeah, whatever. BS. Just buy whatever. It's good though. I'm sold.
But I mean, you need to have a game plan. It needs to be in the right lobby because you can just die, right? This absolutely happened in the last buddy meta. You took this something infinite and you can't find something, it's just dead. So buddy meta, notoriously high tempo, very fast. People get obscene shit very early. Anytime you introduce extra resources in the game goes faster.
Yeah,
that's just how it is. If you give people a way to get more money, more spells, more power early, then the game speeds up. So the game is going to be faster, and you won't really have the time to figure it out if you don't have a clear game plan. So definitely know what you're doing with the Arana, buddy. But yeah, seems like Moon Eater is going to be nutty with this, because Moon Eater can scale this, and then it's not even going to be small. And then you can buy 1-cost spells for free. So Pirate Lobby, Moon Eater, Seafarer is going to be disgusting.
I mean, it just gives Greymane a run for its money, so I think that's fine.
There's sorry.
You remember when Greymane was +2/+2?
This is absolutely insane.
What?
It's still really good. But honestly, in recent days, I've had some insane Moon Eater builds, Collins,
Right.
where I just had like Dracasath, Bran, Draconic. So
The
all the
Dracasath is
whelps are
really good, huh? Yeah,
all
I
the
see
whelps are
it.
one cost, right?
Yeah.
So you just go like you don't even triple them, right? You actually don't even want to golden Dracasath because you don't want to triple. Well, I guess you could golden and you still have two,
You'd
but you
golden,
want to play that. You don't want to triple them because you triple into a 6 and the 6 is even. So you just want to play odds. You just want to play like the one cost
but you have
dragons.
Draconic, so like it'll pay off for itself after like 2 turns, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying that, right, you get the extra money. Sure, you would want to gold on the Dracasath. I guess what I was saying is, I remember having these situations where I could intentionally limit my hand, so I would get
Yeah,
5
sure.
instead of 2 goldens. And I
Right.
would do that, So
Right.
you
Right.
basically try to maximize the amount of
I
bodies
can
you would
see it. I
gold.
can see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, it's a lot of stats.
So it'll be really good. If you can get the Moon Eater, it'll be disgusting. Okay, let's go next.
But it's not like after you play a card; it's after you buy a card. So your combo doesn't do anything.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like you have to you're not buying these Draken sets over like well I guess you just roll anyways and you'll hit something. But it's not like you can like
Yeah, no,
it's
no,
not like
no.
you play the whelp you get a roll.
Right, no, sorry. The Dracasath was about what I've just done recently, where I just played odd build. So like odd build is absolutely a thing. I was just reacting to you saying, "Oh, it gives Greyman a run for its money." No, it's its own thing. It's absolutely like I went into the like 700s with this. It pops off because you run Seafarer. You're just infinite. You
yeah,
run
of course.
Brand
Yeah,
and you scale Brand.
the
You
Seafarer is
scale
the problem.
Seafarer.
I
It's
hear you.
disgusting.
I hear
So,
you.
yeah. Okay. Anyways, let's go next, buddy.
Next up we have Alex Straza, a tier 3 dragon. They really like they really I'm not in love with this. Okay, it's a 4/4 battle cry and start of combat. Give your other minions +2/+2. So they're leaning into the tier 4 dragons for Alex Straza, which I just don't understand here, but yeah, you're buffing your other minions +2/+2 every turn. So if you have poets, you can just scale that up. But honestly, it's worse than promo. I don't know.
What they were like, Alex Buddy was great. Let's make it shit.
Yeah.
Okay, good talking, bro.
I don't understand this one.
Now, again, right? That is dependent on what MMR you're at. I think for low to mid level MMR, this is probably better than the previous Alex Buddy.
Probably true. Yeah.
Because it's like, it's ready to go out of the box comp, right? Oh, I rolled a poet. Oh, I'm the dragon hero. And we're going to see there's an Alex change. So Alex actually gets the farm poets and stuff. Yeah, but it's so much less power level than, a high MMR player with old Alex Buddy. Ooh, you would just like trigger that shit over and over, right? And it was just so good.
I read this, and you know what I think when I read this? They're removing Caligos. Like I'm like, what is this? Like what's going on? Why we like? There's no love for Kelly at all here. Like okay,
right. We can get we'll get to the removed.
Yeah, sure.
All the buddies.
Next up we have Zephyrus. Buddy, I'm not gonna predict the name. Tier 4 Ellie, 3/3. Battle cry, discover a plain copy of a different minion that you have exactly one of. Yeah, this is
So essentially the change, just to clarify, is that if you have a golden minion on your board now,
okay.
you can now target that one. So before, let's say you have a golden on your board, you would not be offered Brand. Now you'll be offered a golden minion. Yeah. Or you'll be offered
a golden
regular version
of Brand.
You'll get a 4th Brand, basically. You use this.
Yeah. I don't know. This is a nerf, right? In my opinion.
Yeah. That's
okay. Yeah. I don't like it. I guess this card was broken though, so I guess it's
disgusting.
Yeah.
Because they made Draconic. And Draconic just triggers this guy.
Oh yeah.
Which is infinite.
Yeah.
So
Draconic's a problem.
Yes. Trigger basically once you start recycling battle cries. We talked about that, right? Ages ago. Murkai, and then trigger battle cry spell, Rylac, right? Battle cries are essentially designed to be one and done. And then once you start recycling them, they're way too powerful because they're supposed to be one and done, and you have to spend money buying it and rolling it. And if your Primal Fin procs 10 times at the end of the turn, that's probably a little bit too good. When it was designed to be like, oh, you have to actually roll Primal Fins. So the thing with the Draconic here is you can use the Draconic to only have one Draconic, pull a second Draconic, sell the Draconic, play it again, pull another one. So I think what you're doing here is, okay, what if we make it so that once they have a golden minion, that'll come into the pool and they'll have too many things, so they won't automatically pull another Draconic. I think that's what they're going for.
You're still discovering though, so you're gonna pull infinite Draconics.
Well, you'll discover the first time around, but once you trigger it just goes.
That's true.
It's like the Panda, right? You just get whatever is in there. True. So
it's still infinite gold though in that one scenario.
Well, it's infinite gold if you're always pulling Draconic.
Yeah.
So let's say you have Bran.
So you just need 2 copies of everything else.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you have infinite gold.
And then it still works. So it's a freaking headache to set up now. You have to just like put stuff in your hand the whole time.
Yeah, but I mean, if you get this Draconic, right, you just go straight to 6, right? And then you play the game.
Yeah, so ideally what you did was you had Draconic with this and then a value card. So Tempest or Murazon or something.
Sure.
And then you'd pull another so you'd have Bran, right? So you'd have 2 triggers. Yeah. So you'd pull the Muro and you'd pull the Draconic. But it's gonna be so annoying to set that up now that
you see, in duos it's not annoying.
Just like throw everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's not annoying at all. Yeah.
Sell it or put it in.
In duos, this seems so crazy, right? If you get the right setup, it's
yes. In duo, this will be insane because essentially, if you get the right setup, indeed, you can make it so that you only have the card your teammate passes you and the Draconic.
Yeah.
So then, let's say your teammate passes you a Rock.
Yeah. Here, golden Rock back. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you trigger this, you would get the 1 Rock and a Draconic.
Yeah.
Send a Rock back.
Yeah.
Sell the Draconic. Trigger it again. Yeah. Get a Rock.
Yeah. It's so broken.
Like, and even the passing is free-ish because you have to sell the Draconic.
Yeah.
So it's 1 gold from selling, 1 gold for passing, 1 gold from selling.
Why are we telling people this? Why are you ruining my games? Why are you ruining my games, Shady?
This is always the same shit. You're like, why are we changing people?
Why are you ruining my games, dude? I don't want to see this in my lobbies.
So this is going to be banned with
everything.
Dragon Naga, for sure.
Yeah. It's too crazy. Yeah.
Because essentially the moment the Zephrys player has a Bran and a Draconic, you can and in solos it's going to be harder to do, right? Because you don't have somebody helping you, and it's going to be so hard to set up the perfect hand where you can actually do this. But in duos, indeed, you literally just sell everything that you could hit, and then your teammate just passes you 1 good minion, and you can make and you're essentially only limited by your APM in that turn. You can make 6 golden rocks for your friend, and that's probably possible if you get a little comfortable with the combo. You'll be able to make 6
for sure. You'll definitely be good at it. After if you do it like 3 times, I think you'll be good at it.
Yeah, you'll need a Bran, you'll need this guy, you'll need a Draconic, and then your teammate passes you a good minion. And
your teammate doesn't have to pass it to you. You can buy it yourself, dude.
Right. What I'm saying is, in order to set this up, you're kind of just like, okay, I hit it.
Leave me alone. Yeah, like let me do it, and then okay, I can get stuff now. Like I got you.
All right, cool. All right, well. Yeah, bonkers. Okay, let's go next.
Next up, we have AFK Snack Vendor Tier 3. This thing was like kind of just for tempo. Didn't win you the game, but it was for tempo. 5 for at the end of your turn. Give your Tier 3 minions +1/+2. I don't know if this changed. Did it change?
Oh yeah. This wasn't a Tier 3 before. It wasn't buffing itself.
Oh, yeah. I see.
I think. Yeah. That has to be it, right?
Yeah. That sounds correct.
And it was probably just utter garbage, and they were like, you know what? Let's just make it a 3. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah,
People are gonna play on AFK.
This is a Deflecto Hooktail comp. Phalanx Hooktail Deflecto. Yeah. Okay. I see it.
Yeah. kind of a betch to top 2 Stack Fender Deflecto
betch.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. Why not? Yeah.
Hooktail's out though. I did take a sneak.
Oh, okay.
But
sure. Still, Phalanx Deflecto's good enough. I'll take it. Next up, we have Death Speaker Blackthorn. That's Head Sage. It's a tier 5 undead Quillbore. Don't think we had dual minions and not dual minions, but quad tier.
It was a Quillbore before, so I guess that was a change because I don't think I see anything different.
Yeah. So after you get a blood gem, get an extra one. So now it's also an undead. Might matter. I don't know. Playing ramp or playing.
So this was actually a thing, but you had to ag him. Without ag him, I don't think this has enough support. Because like this Geo like Rugug is not Agam, right?
Yeah.
Agam was many more gems. Rugug is I'll play one more gem on another thing.
Yeah, you get 20 gems instead of 10. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess Agam didn't play a gem. Agam gave 1/1.
1/1, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Seems
tier 5 is so expensive for this. That's my issue. Yeah. Like that's forever. Like, what's the payoff? You get an extra gem. Okay.
I just think there's been too much power creep. Intuitively, this doesn't feel good.
Next up, we have Queen Ashara, Imperial Defender, Tier 4 Naga. 2/4. Whenever you cast a spellcraft spell on a different friendly minion, you also cast on this. I remember you liked this a lot.
Yeah, this had some insane things where
you had the I was remembering. Greta. You had Greta with this, and you could just make it golden and then also just keep going,
yeah. So that was where it was absolutely broken.
Yeah.
If you got multiples of these, right? So essentially what you would do is when you would get to your second set of buddies, you would sell your initial one to get two of these,
yeah.
Then you would play Greta. You would golden, I guess you're Atissa. That's, you scaled it with. So you played Atissa.
Oh, there's no Atissa either. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, all the synergy is gone. No Greta, no Atissa.
Atissa would scale per spell cast. And the Imperial's Defender would
I miss
cast
Atissa.
it on himself. Same thing with Wrangler, right? Wrangler isn't in either anymore, right? Wrangler was +2/+2 every time you cast the spell.
Yeah, the golden one,
and the
right?
Imperial Defender would just be like buff. So probably not as good anymore, this combo. No Greta, no Atissa.
I miss Atissa. I don't know about you. Yeah.
Atissa was fun.
Yeah.
Lord of Gains is they did this whole like end of turn Naga stuff.
It's not as good. But once again, because Lord of Gains doesn't buff itself, Shady. I still buy that.
Yeah, but even then, Atissa would be too broken because you would just have spells.
Yeah,
right?
I know it'd be broken. I know.
The moment they made spells a thing, they were like, we probably shouldn't have Atissa in the game because it's gonna be kind of easy to cast spells now.
I hear you. I understand it. I'm just saying I miss it. That's all.
Right, that's fair.
The price we pay for spells, is it too high? We ask ourselves, no, okay.
No. Goodbye, Atissa. Hey. I'll keep my chef's choice on turn 3.
Yeah, fair enough. Next up we have Surgeon Naturus, Shady Aristocrat. This one you basically get from like I've seen this, I guess.
Yeah, it's essentially exactly the same, other than it's no longer a battle cry.
Right.
So
where did we get it as a battle cry?
Oh, so you had anomalies where you would just play buddy.
Right.
For instance.
Right. That's true.
This was disgusting in that one because you would just roll. Yeah, I think we remember talking about this in specifically the buddy anomaly where you would always buy this one because it would ramp you to 5, and then in buddies you want to be on tier 5 for Bran, and then you just get more of these, and which is fair. It's one of those really weird things where Bran breaks so many cards, but my god, I don't want Bran to be out of the game.
You're a Bran fan. You see that he's been robbing banks. You're like, but he probably needs some money. Like,
he didn't steal all the money, right? Yeah. Like, he left some in the truck.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
The guards are unharmed. It's honestly, Bran's going through a tough time right now. Okay, you lay off Bran. So
not anymore. He sold all the money.
He's doing well now. Hey,
that's true.
Yeah. So I think I'm okay with this change because this is essentially what this would do is you would just keep it on your board and you would trigger it with Draconic. So again, right, brand Draconic recycle on the battle cries. It means a lot of cards need to be changed.
Yeah. All right. Well, bye. I mean, well, it's still probably pretty good. So
yeah,
except you can't get a golden one. Really?
You could, but you don't want to.
Yeah, it's not even that worth. You get a 16 golden. Yeah.
Well, you get a 6-drop, right? That would be
sure.
But no, you would definitely get this and just insta sell it.
Why isn't it like when you sell this, discover 2 quests, complete them to get 16 gold, so you get 32 instead of 16. You know, like at least give you a reward for actually trolling. But no.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, whatever. It's probably 32 gold is probably not balanced. Yeah, but
yeah, it's tier 3. It's not that hard to go.
Yeah, I hear you. It's probably not.
Probably fine. Like, just sell your guy. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have Terran Shadowy Construct Tier 5 Undead 5/5 Death Rattle. Give this minion's maximum stats to another friendly minion. So there are ways to eat this in the shop, and with KT, right? Like that could be something.
Yeah, KT is how you absolutely lose this, right?
Yeah.
So Nala, but then you're spreading your. I'm trying to think. How do you buff Undead?
You can buff attack pretty easily, so.
Yeah, it's kind of like Nightbane.
Yeah, like Nightbane, but you also get attack. You also get health too, you know. And
I guess it's Moros and Moon Eater, right? Moon Eater because it's odd, and just KT Moros buff this and then start eating this.
I mean, you could also just play like the sister and not target this initially, and then have it like gain some +1/+3 permanent stats, and then eventually, once it's big enough and you have a golden, then you're like, okay, time to gain 100 on it. 2 things every turn, like, you know. So I could see it. Is a tier 5 though, so it takes a while, but Terran can be pretty safe in some scenarios.
Yeah, I think that's one of these things where it's really good when you get it up and running, but if the meta's too fast for it, it's just not going to be viable. So currently I'm leaning a little bit that, well, yeah, because if you have to hit KT for it to be good, it's just like, oh man, that's like, if you're in a spot where you're like, oh well, I better hit KT, right? That's a bad average game, right? So.
Oh yeah.
That's the only thing I'm a little bit.
This is kind of like Trickster. That's true. It's kind of like Trickster, huh?
Oh, Macaw.
Yeah. Now that has sold me. Like I could see early game, you just get stats.
All right, I will definitely try it. I'll put it that way. Yeah. I'm definitely trying this.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Go next.
And you are Terran, so you can just hero power this at the beginning and you get the stats. So it's pretty good tempo.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, yeah, maybe it's just on average good, and then sometimes amazing.
Yeah. Queen Wag Toggle, Elder Tagawag. Okay, I've never said that name. Tier 4, 4/4, start of combat. If you control 4 minions with different types, you gain your minion's highest attack and health. So this used to give gold, and it didn't really make that much sense. Now it's gain your minion's highest attack and health. If you control 4 minions with different. So if you're playing Nala, then this is okay, I guess. I mean.
Yeah, this is gonna be Giga Tempo.
Yeah.
So the question is that good enough?
Wag Toggle's already Giga Tempo.
This one can be. I can say I'm not sure on this one. For a lot of them, I have a decent feeling, but I don't know how good it is if you just say like I'm really stronger.
It's not a dragon. If it was a dragon, then you're like, poet. Yeah, but it's not. So
it's a non-type.
You'd also have to control 4 different types with a poet, so it's like kind of awkward.
Yeah, you'd still do it because
you'd still do it.
It's Chimera. Oh, I guess Chimera's out. But
I don't know. It's reminding you of Braggot, yeah, but Braggot was a tier 7, so I can see why it's not a tier 7, right? So I mean, I can see why they have these restrictions. But yeah, maybe late game. I don't know. I'm not it might be fine just because you're playing Warthog and you can make it work, but
Yeah, this is one where I need experience. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, because
Yeah.
this is one where it could very easily just be unplayable trash, or you just do it and like, oh, of course it's OP. Why didn't we see this? Right? You're so strong, and then just play around it, and whack took a OP. So
yeah.
I think this one's easy to mess up.
I'll refrain from judging it.
Yeah, we're gonna play our Joker card on this
Yeah.
one.
Next up, we have Shutterwalk Muckslinger Tier 5. So they've changed the tier. It used to be like Tier 3 or something. 5/5 Battle Cry. Get a random Battle Cry minion. So I don't know if you can hit yourself, but maybe. But yeah, probably not. But you get a random battle because it's a buddy, right? Yeah, I guess it would.
Yeah.
So
Also, generally, cards don't generate themselves, I think, unless it specifies.
yeah, I've seen Gas Coiler pull Gas Coiler into pull Gas Coiler, and no,
I guess it was Coiler into Raptor into Coiler into
Yeah,
Raptor.
I've seen that. Yeah. I'm not sure. Maybe I guess your Shutterwalk. You're right. I guess you can always
your Shutterwalk. Draconic is in the game. Trigger Battle Cry spell is in the game.
I can see it. Yeah.
You get this bad boy golden.
Yeah.
That's a lot of value. Now the question is it better than just having a good Battle Cry trigger?
No.
Once
I'd rather have a Tavern Tempest.
Yeah, definitely rather have a Tavern Tempest. Rather have a Golden Shell.
Shell Whistle. Yeah, I agree.
But
it might get you there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But you'll get rid of this one. But yeah, really good with Brand and Draconic, obviously, because once you have a Brand on the board, the random battle minions are
also giving you trouble. Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
Like get Murazond from this thing. Tier 5 though, yeah, I mean it has to be. If this is tier 3, it instantly breaks the game because the Shutterwalk will just rush this every single game. Because the moment you play this, you just hero power it and you have an extra body, right? So you play this and you get 3 bodies. So you'd skip your whole turn for this, right? You would sell 2 minions off your board to get this a turn early, just to play it, because you get the 2 minions back. So it's good. So it has to be expensive, otherwise it'd be stupid broken.
Yeah. Next up, we have Yogg-Saron, Hope's End, Acolyte of Yogg-Saron, tier 4 minions. So it's a 5/4 still.
There's some big changes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff here.
At the start of every turn, spin the wheel of Yogg-Saron, but some of the wheels of Yogg-Saron's results were updated. So Mind Flayer Goggle now casts 4 random tavern spells instead of stealing.
That takes the whole shop.
Yeah, stealing the shop. And then Rod of Roasting casts Pyrobluff randomly to give minions 10/10 until 1 hits your bartender or hero. So it's now, instead of +4/+4, it's +10/10?
Yeah.
What the F?
No, I mean, they looked at the other one like, oh, this is useless. Okay, let's fuck it.
I had
worst roll. Unless you got it really early, it was the worst roll.
I had it where this thing gave like maybe 80 to my board or something like that. I was just like, damn.
Right.
Like I just went straight to 6 because it was so free. It was like, and I would be getting like 170 something stats in this world. Where it's just like, yeah, that's not balanced at all. But I you can definitely low roll, and that's probably the issue. But 10/10 every time can just be like crazy. So
yeah. I will probably get nerfed. Like, but then again, it's rare that you hit that one, so they probably really want to make it feel like, yeah. I mean, it's Wheel of Yogg.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Inherently, it has to be like you can really get nothing, or you can get everything. So I think it's fair that it's just
I want regular Yogg to have this ability at some point. Like maybe like use your hero power, 10 times and boom, your hero power transforms into Yogg-Saron or something.
Oh. The problem is Yogg's hero power is just not bad to use early, right? So it's
I know, but I mean that's what you have to find the right balance number, or something where it's like, yeah, I guess you can have this, like a little kickback. But yeah.
Okay.
But I hear you. That's I'm spitballing, by the way. I'm just a Yogg fan. And then last one, Curse of Flesh. So this is the one I assume that shuffles all your stats.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't like that one. So 2 friendly minions gain the stats of 2 other random friendly minions. So that's pretty good. That's actually really pretty good. Wait a minute. You can just gain. That's very strong.
Wheel of Yogg was just really weak the last iteration,
Mm,
and they were just like, okay, let's step it up. Let's make sure that it's worth the spin the wheel.
right.
So, lots of high roll potential, and then the low roll is protected a little bit.
Yeah, seems solid. I'm a Yogg fan anyway, so I was gonna play him anyway. So yeah.
We'll definitely do this as fast as I can because that'll be a lot of fun. Just rush Yogg and then let Yogg take the wheel.
Yeah. Next up we have Dancing Daryl. We kind of skip because that means you have to play Daryl. So I guess we'll just go.
Yeah.
Next up we have Yashraj.
Unfortunately, it's a Daryl, buddy. So.
Valeteria Dreamwalker. It's
we'll still quickly cover Haberdasher.
Oh.
I think it's
sure. Sure. Okay. Haberdasher is a tier 4 2/2. This is for Daryl. After you sell a minion, gain a 1/1 hat that passes to a friendly minion when sold. So
yep, it's trash. Okay,
yeah.
next. Well, the buff here is that it's +1/+1 hat, whereas before this guy would gain
getting the stats, yeah.
So now you can at least sell this and it'll jump to something else.
Woohoo.
You got that, but you're still playing Daryl.
Yeah.
Daryl is so power crapped. It's man.
I'd rather have old Daryl's ability. Where I just play big deflectos and call it a
Even
day.
old Daryl is just
yeah, sure, but I mean it's better than this.
Yeah, it's better than this. That's true.
Next up, we have Ysera, Dreamwalker, tier 4 dragon. So it's a 6/4. Whenever a dragon enters your warband or the tavern, gain +1/+1. Kind of weak, honestly.
Yeah.
For a tier 4, like what is this? This is like tier.
Well, you always roll a dragon, so it's kind of like
gain 1/1 on your roll dragons. Like acolytes in the game, or no, Azerites in the game. What is this? Like,
it's bad. It's really bad. I'm just saying when
it's tier 4. Tier 4. Like, come on. What are we doing?
Rape, and then you just roll, and you're like, this is a really bad thing, but it's funny. Yeah. You just get a bunch of free rerolls. No, I mean it's bad.
One of your dragons in your shop one of your dragons on your board.
I think the issue is that Ysera probably really overperforms at lower MMR.
I know.
Dragon Hero and dragons are playable right now. Right?
Yeah, but
so it's hard to give her a good buddy.
Tier 4? I mean, I guess whatever.
Yeah, no, we can skip over.
All right. Next up, we have Malygos, Nexus Lord, tier 4 as well. 6/6. Arcane Alterator replaces from a card with a 1 tier higher. I remember this being pretty good when
yep,
when I played with it.
It was great.
Yeah.
So the change here is that you can upgrade spells.
Yeah.
Instead of just minions. So it's
sure.
But this was good. Yep.
Yeah.
You just rush this, put it down, and
make 6 drops. Yeah.
Turn your 3-drop into a 5-drop, and then next turn turn it into a 6-drop.
Yeah. Strong. Lord Baroth. After you play a coin, gain 1 gold. So Baroth's Apprentice, tier 4. It used to be tier 3. After you gain a coin, gain 1 gold. It's a 5/4, and it has been updated to include tavern coins. So now tavern coins work. I don't know if hasty excavation would work.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Just the tavern coin. Okay.
But yeah, they're like, that's not a coin.
It's a coin. It functions like a coin. It looks like it doesn't look like a coin.
It smells like a coin.
Yeah. But no. But
Coin's like a coin. Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh man, this thing was broken.
Yeah. Still, it's a little bit slower now, but
tier 4.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, Baroth is great for high MMR players. So the one thing is, it's going to be a little harder to call when somebody kind of skips their turn to pop their buddy.
So unless you have like an announcement or something, yeah.
Right, I guess you see that, right?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Wasn't there a little animation? There was
probably, right? So it should be easier.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Because what you would do is you would just, when you get this, you would just have like 7, 8, 9 coins ready to go.
Yeah.
And then this would just pop in your hand and then straight to 5, and then turn after go to 6. So.
You didn't go straight to 5 and 6? That's what I would do.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes you would just get, but that means you got it late, right? If you go straight to 6.
That's true. That's true. And Rakanishu, Lantern, Tender, tier 4. 5/3 at the end of your turn, you gain 2 lantern lights that give a minion stats equal to your tier. So this is different, right? It used to give a random minion stats equal to your tier. But now you get 2 lantern lights, so you get Tavern Spell, which is kind of cool, and then you get to choose where it goes on, which is also kind of cool. So better. This is better. Like I'll
It's
say it right
slower
now.
because the buff happens start of turn.
Sure,
'cause
but you get
play
2
it.
now though instead of 1.
It's better.
Yeah.
It's better for sure.
Yeah.
Still trash.
I don't know.
Unfortunately.
I don't know. I could see if you ramp.
You'd pick Rocket Nation?
Yeah, I guess that's the issue, right? I have to play Rocket Nation. Sometimes I look at the buddy and I detach it from the hero that I'm playing it with, and then it's like, oh yeah, I do have to play the hero, huh? I can't just.
Unfortunately, they're a package deal. Sometimes you don't care, right? Like with Arana, was like, "Oh, Arana, you're so good," and then Buddy Meta was gone. I was like, "Arana, who?"
I've never played. It's
Nobody
literally
ever touched
gone
it.
for years, and I've not complained.
Yeah. So there's certain heroes that just come out and shine super hard in Buddy Meta because they're Buddy, and then they're just off the map for another year or something. Yeah. So yeah, it intuitively
this seems good low elo though. I'll say that there.
You get a cleave, you pump that shit.
Yeah.
Top 4, baby.
Yeah, top 4, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. True.
All right.
Okay.
Next up, we have Ticketus. Ticket Collector Tier 5, 6/6. When you sell this, you discover a Dark Moon prize from the next tier. So there's no functional change here. Okay.
Yeah, this is the buddy everybody wants, right? If you're Scabs, if you're Test, and you see a Ticketus in the lobby, you're just go like, oh
yeah. You might throw the game by playing Ticketus. Just a fair warning. Like people will take your stuff.
That's true. Like if you're Scabs or Test and you see a Ticketus in the lobby, you just go like, oh yes. So be careful. Essentially, you're opening the game up to some serious chaos if you pick Ticketus.
Yeah.
All right.
Though if you're in duos, maybe you have like get your teammate's buddy, right? Like that could be something. Vol'jin, Master Gadwin, probably Gadwin sounds better. Tier 5, 6/5. Minions targeted by Spirit Swap also gain each other's health. So you're doubling the health and the attack. I guess it's pretty decent. Yeah. So,
sorry, my
yeah, I got you. It seems okay. Probably ways to break this. Yeah, you're gaining the health temporarily, but there are ways to make it probably pretty good. And once again, like Nagas have done. Nagas being in, right, with Shelemental. I don't know if they're removing Shelemental, but you can definitely cause problems with this card, so it seems likely that this is probably a what minion types are in type of hero, and then like, okay, there's some broken combos I can do with Vol'jin, so you'll go there. So gonna move on. Not gonna keep there. Next up we have Lich Bazal, Unearthed Underling. So this is a tier 3 undead, 3/3. Whenever your hero takes damage, you rewind it and you gain stats equal to this amount. So it used to be the case where you had a limited amount of times you could do it. I think it was per turn or so. You could only do it a couple of times, but now that that's not the case, you just play this. And it's an undead, not a demon, which is interesting. Why is that?
Oh, I think this is I don't think this is like something that is like very planned, but I think it was no type before.
Right. So why not make it a demon for the demon synergy so you can play with Chondrius?
Because it doesn't look demony.
Make a new card. Why not have a demon synergy so I can play this with demons? Sorry.
I think it looks more undeady, yeah.
Yeah, I get that, but I want to play Dracondrius with this, right? Like, why am I not buffing my guy?
That's fair. I mean, it's possible. That's a different reason.
It was undead before, okay.
It was undead.
Then make a new one.
Sure.
Make a new minion. Give me a new buddy that's a demon version of this.
Let me see. Was Shell out? Because that's very important.
Shelemental. Yeah.
It should be out, right?
It should be, but I don't know.
Wait, where is...
All right.
Oh, here, minion pool updates.
Next up, we have Deathwing, Sinestra, Tier 4 Dragon.
Wait, Elemental's still in?
Yeah, not surprised.
Oh, dude, the Vulture one's insane.
Yeah. Not surprised.
That's insane. Okay, I'm playing some Vulture this meta, baby. Let's go.
Yes, get it removed from me. Get Elemental removed, please. Thank you.
No, they'll probably just make Vulture unavailable.
No, please, just
same thing as Jan.
It's so silly. Why? My buddy, my Elemental. Oh, you were never touching you.
Oh, you my darling. Yeah.
All right, whatever. So Sinestra is a 2/6. Whenever a friendly minion gains attack during combat, give it +1 health permanently. Oh, so it's basically that pirate. That pirate's good, so I can kind of see it. Yeah.
Let me see. There's... Oh, Death Stomper's out.
Of course.
That'd be broken.
Yeah.
Oh my god, imagine just like...
Wee! Yeah, you just gain tons and tons.
Alright, so it is a dragon.
Yeah, this seems playable, actually. For Dragon Comp. Even in non-Dragon Comps. You could probably just find something to do. Like, everything's getting 1 health permanently every turn just because you're playing Deathwing. So, even if you do nothing, you're just getting stats.
Yeah,
so... Seems viable.
Little tempo.
Yeah, seems viable.
Probably not.
Doesn't
Probably
win you
not.
the game, but it's cute. Yeah.
At high level, probably just ignorable. Unless the game is like giga fast. Right?
Yeah.
If it's like super fast, then maybe just lock in for top 4 with this.
Yeah, and then we have Greybow. You used to love this. Let's see if it's changed. Wandering Trench, Tier 4, 2/5 stat line. Whenever a friendly taunt minion is attacked, you give your minions +1 attack permanently. So it's a mini trench, but it doesn't have taunt.
Yeah, it's better than mini tree.
Because
read again.
Whenever a friendly taunt minion is attacked, you give your
everything with taunt is a trend now.
Yeah.
And the hero power from Rainbow makes it respawn with taunt. This is
that's true. Oh, that's actually that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, like your first unit is like whatever amount.
If you play the mech beast,
so much tempo. You just play a mech horse.
Yeah, the mech horse is like
the mech horse alone gives you like what 30 attack to your board.
Okay, I see the appeal now.
This can't be a card. What? That's so toxic.
You are playing Greybow. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Everything you revive has taunt on it, so you just
Greybow is not available right now because I haven't seen a Greybow in forever. Same with the Jara, same with thingy. So I don't know if it's gonna be back, but
I don't know why some heroes get a lot of love and then others are like Sarah level. Like they're the same tier. Roll a dragon, gain 1/1 to the dragon in your shop. And every time a friendly taunt minion is attacked, give your minions +1 attack
permanently, man.
Yeah,
what?
like
This is supposed to be like in combat, right? Give your friendly minion. It's like Death Stomper. It's like
they've been happy with the permanent scaling. I've opened their ways with
Chimera was a great success.
With the Chimera change, I have opened their eyes on permanent scaling and combat.
I farmed tons of MMR.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. I did it for you when I was thinking about it.
Okay. My God. Okay. Well, wow, that was unexpected. Like, sort of at the end, be like, oh, this is broken. Okay, cool. But I mean, it's not in the game right now. I don't know if it's gonna be back for buddies, but
it should be, right? It should be. But we do have some other. Damn, are we halfway done? Dude, I only have 40 minutes.
All right. Well, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Okay.
Hey, I'm back, guys. Sorry. Let's see. No, that's fine. I'll take a little bit of stuff. So, okay, ETC is back in the hero pool, so it was not around. Curator is going to be banned in demon lobbies because they will make cultists now resummon stuff with venom, and then that obviously would be stupid if you have a reborn amalgam with venom that would reborn, and venom is disgusting. So can't have any of that. Alex Straza has now changed passive. At the start of the turn, you discover a dragon, and this starts on tier 4. Wow, what do you think of that? Alex has been the same for so long. That's a big change.
Huh. I mean, I guess old Alex has been like so hit or miss in terms of how it functions. It's not a safe hero for high tier players, and then like low tier players don't know how to use it. So it's for no one, because it's not safe and it's also hard to actually maneuver. So it does make the change to the buddy make sense because now they're like, okay, Alex Trust is a tier 4 hero now. So let's change the buddy for it now. This is a better Ysera than Ysera, in my opinion, which is funny. Yeah.
I'd say Alex is now 4-on-5 pretty much every time. Sometimes 4-on-4, I guess.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You just like 7 gold, you got to be tier 4 with it.
Yeah. It's
like,
playable now. Actually, if you want to go dragons, to be fair,
it's boring as hell because you're literally gonna say like dragons, yep, right? Or you could be like, I guess. Sorry, man. Yeah, sorry guys, still not well, but almost there. So voice held up long enough. Chimera's out, right? So that'd be the thing. If Chimera was in, you just use this for Chimera and then like whatever. Right? I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just gonna be super boring, but solid. You just say like, yep, I'm gonna play dragons. Yep, okay, I'm gonna pick Alex. I'm gonna level to 4 on 7 gold. Yep, I'll start discovering dragons. Gonna roll for poet. Yep, yeah, okay.
Oh.
Sure.
They changed
That's a thing now.
Okay, well, let's get the Bloodwater also changed to every 4th tavern spell costs 0. I believe the initial one was every 3rd and it was broken. Right.
Right. So they had a huge oh my god, the Tathalon nerf was like you couldn't even call it a nerf. It was like let me just like kill him. Right? Because he went from every 3rd spell costs 0 to every 4th. Every 3rd spell you
costs
buy
one less. Yeah.
It was so funny, right? To look at like, are you guys serious? Like you're just like, he's just dead. Okay, it's just fucking dead. And I get it because Chief was breaking the game with Lubber. Damn it, Chief. Okay, every 4th. Yeah, as you mentioned,
you have to test it,
on
huh?
3.
Yeah,
because it was just like coin, lantern light, golden touch.
Yeah,
it's like so dumb, but coin, lantern light, coin, golden touch is still not that bad. So I don't know. Gotta try it.
Yeah, this one you have to test. I think kind of like
still want Lubber, of course, right? And then it's more chance. I guess Lubber Rewinder, so you can buy Hasties as well. It's kind of like old Lubber build.
Yeah, you do that. You tell me how that goes.
All right, yeah, sure. Yeah, you tell me.
And then Rocket and Nishi also changing to spending 1 gold for a lantern light now.
Right. So you get a spell now instead of that's only functional for like you have a Peggy on your board, you gain 1/1 extra now. You have Nala, you get a spell.
Yeah, but it also means you can just hold them in your hand early game until you like level.
That's true, Collins, true. You just hold the lantern lights.
Yeah, and then you're like pump. Here's a 50.
Would you even reform curve that though? You probably.
I don't know.
Right? I don't think so.
We'll see. But it's interesting. It also makes like Nala better if you have this hero. Yeah, it's definitely better.
A buff.
Yeah,
it is a buff. All right, cool. Minion pool updates. These guys are out. Augmented Labor. That's a tier 5 guy with Avenge that would pull.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. That's silly boy.
Bazaar Dealer would give you a free spell, but it would cost health, right?
Yeah.
So it's free if you have Rewinder. Death Stomper, we just discussed, right? Because that would be super broken with the Deathwing buddy. That's the guy that AoE attack buffed your board every time you summon something in combat. Face's Disciple is the Evolve guy on tier 3.
He was a problem. His stats were too good.
Stupid. Yeah. Gem Smuggler?
Also kind of a problem in some sense.
A little bit surprising because I feel like Quills weren't busted anymore, and this was like pretty core, right? Because you would do this with Draconic, you would do this with Murkai, so...
If Quills were busted, it's because of Gem Smuggler, so I think it's okay to like just get rid of it.
Sure. But you play duos, right? It's probably still stronger in duos.
Yeah, it's good in duos. Yeah, it's good in duos for sure. Yeah, so
in solos, you're like, oh man, he's playing Quills. That's crazy. Let's kill him. So I've had some cool wins, but you're high rolling, right? Like it's like you get everything.
Sure.
All right, Gold Shell Warden
card was useless.
Yeah,
absolutely useless.
I think I played this one time this week, and it was because I needed a beast for Chimera Discovery.
I did something where I went Rylak into Gold Shell, and it was like, okay, sure, whatever.
I've seen this on Reddit where there was like a guy with Murkai gold shells and then beasts.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's so bad. Yeah. Okay. Heedless Hoarder. That's
Don't
a tier
even
3
know
Murloc.
what card that is.
It's a tier 3 Murloc that sells.
Oh,
and moves
okay. Right.
You sell him.
Long John. No.
Oh, man, they're hitting tier 4.
Oh, and Reef.
Hard.
Oh, okay.
Long John out. Reef out. Hooktail out. Vengeful Slither, nobody gives a shit. Card was useless.
And Hooktail's tier 3, not tier 4. Just
yeah. Okay, sorry. I guess just meta, right? This was very, very, very meta influential, which is good. I hated this card. It was way too strong. Slither, super useless Naga on tier 3. And then Chimera, which was super influential. So no more Long John, no more Chimera.
Wow. My Chimera was a problem that they had to remove it. I can't believe this.
I guess leveling curves are going to change no matter what because of buddies, but even if buddies wouldn't happen, this would change leveling curves, I think.
Yeah.
No more Long John, no more Chimera. Suddenly you're not really rushing to 4 that much.
And to replace the 12 plus minions they removed, they're adding 3 minions back. Wow.
No more.
Oh, right, there's new minions being added
Scroll, we're not done.
You're right. All right, but they are adding Poetic Pen Pal, which I have no idea which minion that is.
I think it was a 2-drop, 2/4 battle cry, reduce the cost of your buddy by 2. Okay. So it's just like money for you. It felt so good, man. If you had Bran early on the Bran hero, and then you pop this with you're just like, oh my god, my egg is free. Oh, it's such a high roll. Oh my god, let's go. So yeah, super good. Imposing Percussionist is the demon battle cry that pull demons. Right. And then Silent Swimmer is the stealth round.
And you take damage for it though, right?
Yeah. Well, everything is Rewinder, right? Like demons are basically not a type if you don't have Rewinder for the most part.
I've killed myself,
which is so annoying. Like you can not do it the other way around, right? Sure, you can do Malkazar for a little bit, but you can be like, oh, and then I'll also buy a bunch of this and some more damage here. You're just dead.
And then Silent Swimmer is a 3/5 stealth giver that you put on Titus, and yeah. But it buffs. It does you see the spellcraft gives you 3/5 Shady, and that's what matters to me.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, so
that's true.
And you just put it on Titus, and you never lose it. Yeah, early, and you've got leapers with this, and you're like, Pee! They're adding leapers back, right? That's what you said.
Leaper? What? Wait. When did that
happen? They've also added some new minions. So Baron's Brawler, tier 3, 2/6 Battlecry, get a random Death Rattle minion. Sure. I mean, you go 3-on-3, you buy this, so.
This is great when you power level, right?
Yeah.
2/6 that gives you a gold, and
the 2 sticks that line's kind of sick, but
yeah, I think this is probably one of those play our new card, and then was a bit too many stats. I don't think it's like giga broken or anything. We're like, oh my god, but it's just, man, if you power level and basically if your board's not full,
you buy this. Yeah, you buy this if your board's not full.
Great tempo because going from 5 to 6 or 6 to 7 minions, that helps a lot in the combat, right? And the upside is you just sell the 2/6 body later for a gold.
I love how the Death Rattle one's tier 3 and the Battlecry one's tier 5. It's like, okay.
yeah. The Death Rattle, the Battlecry one is way better, right?
Yeah.
Way more value there.
Yeah. So Death Rattle, get a random Battlecry minion, so you can keep triggering this every turn.
I think this is one of those triple into early, great, and then later on a bit too slow.
Sure. Next up, we have the new amalgam, Acid Atrocity. 7/7 Death Rattle, summon a 7/7 Golem. Yeah. But then it has more. Give it +7/+7 for each friendly minion type that died this combat. Now, does that include your opponent's minions? Oh, no, it says friendly. Okay. So, no, it doesn't include... I'm reading. I can read, Chad. It doesn't include your opponent's minions, so... Still kind of weak, I think. Because, like, at best, it's like summon a... you know that the quest reward that summons a 50/50 amalgam? Like, that's what I think about when I see this. And I'm still like, you only get one. Yeah, so it's like a
Well, Titus, right? So
sure, but I could have cultists at that point.
I'm trying to think. Is there any? Oh, right. You can run cultists with this. It's a demon, right? Yeah.
It is a demon, yes.
Yeah. This is a build. This is definitely a build. Louisa, even to switch them. Sorry, let me.
Sure, you can have this and cultist. I just want a cultist. And Shady's like, no, ¿por qué no los dos? And I can see it, I guess. You summon it this summons a demon, and then you get Phalanx. Phalanx summons this, and then you get the demon again. And you just keep going. Yeah, I could see it. You can do some stuff. It is kind of a high road though. You're running double 6-drops, so. But this could be a pretty good triple target as well. Like you get a 6 and you want tempo. It's better than Zap, right? So early tempo, this could be doing it for you. And they've kind of like the problem with amalgams normally is that they ramp too hard. Here, there's a cap, right? Like if people have like a 200, this isn't doing that much. Like the summon, so. At least as a cap compared to the other one before, they were trying to make it. They're trying to make like a new version of that old amalgam that would buff your minions, but more with a cap instead. So might be more balanced, but we'll have to see. I'm not like super sold on it. Next up, we have Primate. Primate, actually. Tier 4 Beast Pirate. With 2/8 stat line, after a friendly Death Rattle minion dies, you gain +1 gold next turn. Now, gaining gold is always scary.
Right,
now,
sorry,
we're at Primates. Gaining gold is always scary. Setting up where you can gain multiple gold.
Are we? Is it a build? Acid Atrocity?
Maybe. It's good early tempo. Yeah, it's good early tempo.
I think it's a build. I think with... can even do something...
The one issue is like there's a cap, whereas some of the other builds there aren't caps.
I mean, but the thing is, Phalanx also had a cap. It didn't give a shit.
I mean, did it really? It didn't really have a cap. Like you always.
Well,
scaled.
Okay. The problem was Chicken was in the game with Phalanx, and that was stupid. Okay, that's fair. Okay, okay. So maybe not great, but I think it's a build.
I think it's good early tempo, and maybe if you high roll, you can add the other stuff in tall. But we're talking about Primate, and I think this card's kind of weak. You're getting like 1 gold a turn. Like, how good is it really? Like free money's never been a problem in this game ever.
Yeah, ramping your gold is totally fine.
Yeah, there's
so it's a 2/8, right? So it doesn't even get
no, it doesn't die easily.
So this is really gonna be in a pirate/beast lobby, you're going to pick up stuff like Scallywag and just keep it because you're like, oh, I could just get Primate.
I'm actually buying the 4/1 now. You know,
Mana Saber.
Yeah, the Mana Saber now. Yeah.
You're like, oh, come on, Primate.
Yeah, give me a Primate. Yeah.
I guess that will be a really good thing for like Elise. Go to 4, Hero Power, Primate. Oh,
there's no more Long John. This is the new Long John, right?
This is new Long John. Yeah.
It's arguably way better, which is funny.
Well, Long John gave you coins, right? So this is
that's true. That's true. You can't hold it. Right? That's true.
So you'll have like and roll a lot. You'll be like, oh, and I guess I'll just roll because you know before you'd be like, I'll save this coin.
Yeah.
So okay, but yeah, Mech Horse. Oh my god, Coiler. Oh god, because Coiler is Death Rattle and makes Death Rattles, right? Same as Mech Horse.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, looks if you have the setup for it, it's gonna be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Probably don't really build around it, right? Probably just
go to 6 and win the game. I mean,
yep.
Next up, we have Ghoul Akabra. Ghoul Akabra, tier 6 undead beast. This is the thingy replacement. What's that card called that we just talked about? I just talked about this. Stomper, yeah. This is a Death Stomper replacement, yeah. Whenever you trigger a battle cry, you trigger a death rattle actually. You give your minions +2/+2 permanently.
This is broken, I think.
Yeah.
Titus with Macaw, Reborn
Yeah,
Macaw,
yeah.
scales your
And
Titus.
it gives all your minions +2/+2.
Yeah, it just goes like.
Yeah. All right, I see the combo now. Primate's in the end game with this.
Right.
Yeah, I'm having a big primate. I get 50 golds. Feels good, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just pump with this.
Yeah.
'Cause
Death
it's a
Rattle
beast
seem
as well,
pretty
right?
good, yeah.
You could just run Goldrun, right?
Yeah.
You just run Goldrun as your Death Rattle. This is a beast. You run a Mech Horse. The Mech Horse is like Giga Death Rattle. Oh my god. Yeah, what the hell?
So you're saying this is
Titus-
getting nerfed. I hear you.
Well, I mean, it's always difficult to see, like, if the...
No,
because
it's
we
not that difficult. I agree with
Well,
you.
we have Buddy Meta coming up, right? So people could be doing, like, way more disgusting... Because this is essentially capped per battle, right? And, like, Battle Cry shit isn't really, so... That would be the one thing where if people are doing such disgusting Battle Cry stuff, but this looks really good.
If this wasn't a buddy meta, I'd be like, yeah, this is silly.
Yeah, this is so good.
Now, with the buddy meta, it's questionable. Yeah.
Changes the power curve a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the very least, worth trying out. This looks, because it buffs Titus, right? That's a Death Rattle build that buffs your Titus. It's fantastic. And the important thing is it says trigger. Right, it's not just per Death Rattle.
Yeah, so it'll trigger
like
twice with Titus.
Yeah, so a Golden Macaw triggers 2 times, with a Titus triggers 4 times, with a Reborn triggers 8 times. Like a Golden Macaw attacking 2 times is like brrr, brrr, like your whole board is just...
You've already won. Yeah, I can see how this is a problem. This is going to 1-1. Yeah. I'm telling you.
The fact that it's this trigger is very important here. Like that is very good for Death Rattle board.
The problem with cards like this is when you... The difference between a 1 and a 2 is massive. Like it's way more impactful than it looks. They're like, oh, it's just 2-2-2-1.
I mean, it's literally twice as good, right? But yeah,
sure. But it doesn't sound like that.
Like, is it that much better? It goes from a 1 to a 2, right? But yeah, it's literally half the skill.
This is the Greymane problem. Like Greymane was a 2-2, and we're like, huh, how did that get through?
yeah. So we might be looking at this.
How did that get through? Yeah, I can see this already. Where it's
first week, some Gula Cabra builds. Okay, for sure. All right, well, that was on the house, guys. We'll definitely try that. With Macaw. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Lock Prince, tier 4 Murloc, 2/2. Whatever this gains stats, you add 2 to that amount, whatever this is. So that's a new type of card, huh?
Yeah. So it's not an amalgam, right? Because if it was an amalgam, it'd be disgusting with Peggy. But how do you
gems? I mean, yeah, you play gems with this, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's like a lot of work for gem staff +2/+2.
You're already playing Quillbores and then Murlocs are in. That's what it is.
I was gonna say, in this day and age,
you're not playing Murlocs and Quillbores are in. You're playing Quillbores and Murlocs are in. That's the idea.
I don't know. My idea is that this is a little bit too conditional. But I don't know. I might be missing something. I might be just missing something about it.
Spellcrafts. Spellcrafts. There it is as well.
But would it be perma?
I assume so. Oh, well.
Right, it says 2/2 to
that amount.
I guess it gained. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, is it permanent with Spellcraft? I guess that's the argument.
Chance to be permanent.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, it'd be a little bit weird if it wasn't.
Yeah. If it works with Spellcraft, I can kind of see it.
Ooh, shop buffs would work with this too.
Yeah, sure. Oh, well, how do you buff the shop? I guess you're playing duos, maybe.
Well, it's more like, you like on tier 3, you play one of those demons that buffs the shop, and then you're on 4, and then suddenly on 4, you're like, oh, this is like 3 HP, so it's like a 2/5, but it's actually now a 4/7. Because the problem is you're buying a 2/2. This is garbage, right? So, like, if you're buying a 4/7 or a 2/2, like 4/7 with upside, it's a lot better than 2/2.
Yeah, I guess there's probably something with this where it's like this is good in this scenario. It reads to me like there's a this is good in this scenario card.
Yeah, there'll be some moments.
Yeah. All right, Fairy Grill Mother, tier 4 Murloc. Oh, 1/5. At the end of your turn, you get a random Murloc. So this is like play me with Young Murkai, or play me with the other. It's like Young Murkai, but without the extra hassle.
This is Drakari.
Yeah.
Guild Mother. Yeah.
For tier 4, it's a free minion. Like, it's
Yeah,
probably good.
Yeah, it's money.
Yeah.
Pick it up, and then
You can buff it too, so.
depending on the build you're running, it might stick around.
Yeah. Crow's Nest Sentry, tier 3 pirate, 5/2 battle cry, give your other pirates +3 health. So it's kind of like it's AoE,
Yeah.
AoE.
You have the AoE attack guy. This is now AoE health.
Yeah. Seems reasonable.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like basically when I do think this is good because right now, pirates, the best way to play pirates is to play as little pirates as possible. Right? The best way to play pirates is to play 2 Tethys and maybe a Cleave.
Right, you mean late game, but early game, it's play as many as possible for a Rip Snow.
Yeah, but I don't call that playing pirates, right? I just have Rip Snow Scally on my board, and then I'll just play whatever I can to replace that as fast as possible.
Sure.
So whenever I'm talking about a type, I am talking about
end game comp. Mode. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that is what I'm thinking about.
This Clunker Junker scares me. Tier 4 mech 3/4 battle cry. Okay. Choose a friendly mech. Discover a mech to magnetize to it. Like what?
This with Brand, this with Draconic, this with just getting a Quartertrons.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like Brand mix is now a thing.
Yeah.
Is there anything else with mechs where Brand is?
I assume you can you only discover magnetized mechs or can you discover anything? That's my question.
Oh, it's
because it doesn't say discover a magnetized.
I mean, yeah. Hypothetically speaking, it would.
Am I discovering 4 Reapers on my reborn?
Yeah,
like
no. Leave the Flectobots. Just get out.
I'm just. I have to ask. Like, are we discovering?
It's gonna be magnetics.
Are we discovering? My 4 Reapers
no, there's no way.
Okay. All right, fine. I just had to bring it up.
Can you just
I had to bring it up. The wording isn't clear. They do a good job of trying to clear the word. I'm just saying the wording's not clear.
Oh my god! Imagine just about is so stupid.
Yeah, right. Fine.
All right. Fine. Yeah, I mean, this is just gonna be a Quartertron, right? So
yeah.
This looks really good.
Do you know in the patches?
There's no date, I think, but I mean, it can't be too far away, right? They usually really close.
Next Tuesday, or when do they usually have patches? Is next Thursday?
Usually Tuesday.
Tuesday or Thursday?
Usually, yeah, Tuesday, Thursday. That's usually a patch.
Yeah, sometime on Tuesday or Thursday. Soonish, because they've released a blog, so
probably next week.
Yeah, next week. I'm guessing next Tuesday. There we go. Don't quote me. Don't quote me on this.
Yeah. That's her completely non-professional.
Yeah. 3 little Quillboars, tier 5. 3 little Quillboars up in the house. All right, tier 5 Quillboar 3/3. They love those numbers, like 9/9 for the 9 frogs. Yeah. Death Rattle, you play 3 Quillboars on your Quillboar. What? Death Rattle, play 3 Blood Gems. Play 3
Quillboar. I put a Charlie on my Charlie and I fused them together into a Mega Charlie.
Play 3 Okay, so I assume this Death Rattle, you play Blood Gems on all of your Quillboars? Or just one?
Yeah. All of your Quillboars.
All your Quillboars.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would say like on a random friendly Quillboars.
Then shouldn't it say Quillboars or something? I don't know. Like I guess the plural of Quillboar is Quillboar, huh? Yeah.
The plural of Quillboar is Quillboar.
Okay. All right, that's not bad then. I can see it. Yeah.
Is this permanent?
I hope not. Well, I mean, maybe you can eat undeads.
It doesn't say permanent, right?
No.
So it's gotta be
probably not, right? Yeah, but still.
So I don't care about the tempo thing too much. But I guess if you do get a good start for it, like it's probably Piper, right?
Yeah, Piper.
A couple Piper procs. Yeah, I mean it's Giga Tempo. It is Giga Tempo. It does say Quillboar, so
it's not your whole minion, yeah.
Not like Gemstone.
Yeah. They've had enough of like, oh, this buffs everything. Well, and
I find it hard to get excited by this. When we had Gem Smuggler with Battle Cry, give your whole board a blood gem permanent. And then this is Death Rattle, give 3 blood gems, which is obviously more, but it's only to your quill board and it's not permanent.
And there's no battle cry synergy. Yeah.
Right. So I find it a little hard to get excited by this.
Okay, that's fair. You've sold me. I have to play quill boards and stuff. Yeah, and they've nerfed it.
Not super excited by it. Okay.
All right. Next up, we have Jumping Jacks. This is duels only. It's a tier 3 minion amalgam, so it has all minion types. It's a 3/4. The first time this is sold, pass it instead. This is very unique.
It's just a gold. Yeah.
Well, but you could also just keep it and then buff it and then sell it and then like give it to your teammate. And just like, yeah, here you go. Like have a 2020 that I don't need anymore, you know, like yeah, maybe. It is a gold though.
Amalgam.
Yeah, it is amalgam and it's gold. You'd buy this early, I guess. And it's easy to triple. Yeah. It's easy to triple too, because if you both have one, then like okay, I'll sell mine. You know, here you go. I'll sell mine.
Sure. Yeah, you can put it on the board, and then it's whoever rolls the triple, the other guy sells it.
Yeah. So I could see it. I can see it being played.
Gold? Well, it's not plus gold, but it's plus gold compared to a unit, right? Normally
you buy it early. It's a tier 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
When you triple it, it's a reward for both players. Oh, you're right. Sell the golden version after discovering.
Oh, then you get your guy. Oh, that's cute.
Oh,
that's cute.
Yeah,
okay,
that's a must buy, right?
Yeah, yeah. Now it's good.
So easy to triple, as you just mentioned. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh my god. Okay.
You guys are geniuses. You know, I didn't even see that.
Oh right. So what chat's saying is, when you sell it, would you get the gold? Probably not.
Oh, it says instead. Yeah. I guess you don't, huh?
Yeah. But it's still good. It's basically like Cho'Gall hero power, kind of, right?
Maybe you get the gold. Like let's not throw out you don't get the gold. Let's not throw out that you get the gold. You know, maybe you still get the gold. Okay. You know,
I gotta wrap things up, Collins.
I also do have to wrap things up. You know,
yeah. We're basically there. It's just Begurgle is going back to a 5-drop from a 4-drop, which is
makes
sense. Weird.
Makes sense. Yeah.
It fell out of place, so I'm very happy that they're doing this.
Yeah.
It's now 3/3, so it's kind of worth again to play in certain boards. Mm-hmm. And then Percussionist is a tier 4 now instead of a tier 5. I think it was a tier 4, then nerfed to a 5, now back to a 4 because probably Demon's weaker.
Now back to me. Now look at him back to me. Tier 4.
This honestly was the card that made Urzel playable because you have Demon Generation.
That makes sense, yeah.
So you have Bran, and also like Bran and Demons was good, and then they removed this. Like, oh, why do I need Bran? So yeah, this is fun. That's a fun build to play. Rewinder, Bran, and then you can do like Golden Percussionist, and then trigger Battle Cries. Basically like a shitty Tempest, right? Because like elementals are better because you get free rerolls, you get rock value. But hey, we get Urzels, you get a bunch of demons in your hand. That's not bad. So
if you're really fancy, you sell your rewinder before you play it. Just a little Collins tip for you right there.
I like to live on the edge. Am I gonna live or not? Yeah.
I remember playing this and being like, oh, I want the 5 cost, and I'm like, oh wait. I don't have a rewinder. That will kill me. Yeah. Thankfully, it's only the oh man. I've actually died because I had a brand and I played the 1-drop because I got discovered. It killed me, and I was like, oh.
I had 2 close calls where my hand went there. I was like, that would kill me. So it was close for me. But yeah, the fact that you can deal 2 with Brand.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird.
And that's going to be it, guys. So big patch. Very, very big mid-season shakeup coming to you probably somewhere next week.
Yeah, they say look out for data announcements soon, so they don't know for sure. But yeah.
All right, guys. Collins, you can send us off.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining us. I'll see you guys hopefully you guys enjoy this patch. Seems to be very cool. They were looking at duos and solos. You can find this on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. And hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Be nice to each other. And have a wonderful weekend. Da, 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 da.
See you guys. Have a good one.